Hello everyone, today we are breaking down the Episode 3 trailer for House of the Dragon Season 2. But before that, remember to like the video, helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe, and yada yada yada, let's get to it. The first thing we see is a large host leaving King's Landing. Aegon has changed his Hand of the King to Sir Criston Cole, who is much more aggressive than his predecessor Otto Hightower. They are not going to wait like Otto wanted, they are going to war. The next shot we see is of Reira and Raina. They are attending Sir Eric and Sir Arik's funeral. Raina has a voiceover here saying, "Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place. When the desire to burn and kill takes hold, reason is forgotten." So basically what Raina is saying and kind of warning Rhaenyra about is to remember what this war is about. Rhaenyra sitting on the throne, which in turn makes Westeros a better place. Don't get caught up in vengeance and getting even with the other side, because if you do that, it will be way more bloody and horrific. Because I'm sure Rhaenyra is not happy that the Greens sent Sir Arik to assassinate her. So Raina is kind of talking her out of vengeance, trying to remind her why they are here. Rhaenyra in the same scene, it is hard to say if this is in response to what Raina said or not, but Rhaenyra says, "Alicent is in King's Landing. Her son sits my throne." I think Rhaenyra is annoyed right now. Like, what does Raina want her to do? Just let the Greens win and call the war off? She's not going to do that. She has already lost a son. She at least wants Aemond's life for it. In the next scene, we see two houses squabbling with one another, younger lads. The ones in the gold are from House Bracken, and the ones in the red are from House Blackwood. Now these houses have been in a feud since the Age of Heroes, so they've hated each other for a long time. In Season 1, when Rhaenyra was on her marriage tour, two people from these houses got into a fight while she was listening to proposals. One ended up dead. So I'm curious if we will see the victor or not from that episode. Since the houses hate each other so much, I think it's safe to say one of these will fight for the Greens and the other for the Blacks. In the next shot, we see Criston Cole looking down, looking sad. He's a very devoted man. He wants to be honorable, but that is where his conflict is. He still wants to bang Alicent, which isn't very Kingsguardy of him. So every time he does this sin, he feels bad, but he keeps going back for more. In the next shot, we see Daemon lurking around Heren Hall. He flew his dragon Caraxes there and landed on top of one of the towers. He is currently by himself, his only backup being Caraxes, which is not bad backup. In previous trailers, we have heard it said that the Riverlands are the key to the war, and Heren Hall is the key to the Riverlands. It is the biggest castle in Westeros, so it can hold a sizable host. The Blacks are on Dragonstone, which is an island. They need a base of operations on the mainland, so they have a place to gather troops and strategize. Also, the Riverlords will be more likely to join the side of whoever holds Heren Hall, because that means their side is closer to them, which means if they don't decide to join, for instance the Blacks, they will be destroyed by their dragons. In the next scene, we see the Greens' small council. And Sir Criston Cole tells everyone that they are not going to hide in their castle. They will not wait for the war to come to them. They are going to be the aggressors. Aegon is thrilled to hear this. He has wanted a war since his son was murdered. Aemond looks pretty happy about this as well. This is what Criston and he talked about in the first episode. They were already strategizing plans. Now he gets to put those plans into action. Alicent does not look happy about this. She knows her father Otto was against going to war now. Now, her relationship with her father is complicated, but she does know he is smart. If he thinks they should wait, then they probably should wait. So she is worried about the consequences of this decision. In the next shot, we see the green sigil being hung at the Red Keep, a gold three-headed dragon on a green background. The green is for House Hightower, and the gold dragon is based on Sunfire, Aegon's dragon. I can't recall if we've seen this sigil before or not. Either way, pretty cool. In this shot, we see Aegon wearing armor, so he will be part of the fighting as well. He will not sit back as others fight his battles for him, which is commendable. Is Aegon a great fighter? It's not really mentioned, but I would guess not. But he does have a dragon, so that will help him immensely. If he just stays on Sunfire, he should be good. He does look a little worried though, having some wine to calm the nerves. In the next shot, we are at a Blacks small council meeting. Alfred Broom says they need to press the advantage they do have, which is dragons. The Greens have a lot more troops and more gold than the Blacks, but the Blacks have more dragons, mainly because the dragons who are riderless live on Dragonstone. Aegon the Conqueror had fewer troops than most of the people he faced, but he had dragons, which gave him the advantage. The Blacks could do the same, though they will have to find riders for those dragons. Rhaenyra sounds like she does not want to do that though, stating, "If dragons fight dragons, we invite our own destruction." Rhaenyra knows what makes Targaryens special. It's their dragons. Without them, they're like every other house. People won't fear them like they once did. If dragons fight one another, that means dragons will die, which will bring them closer to being like every other High Lord. Rhaenyra is kind of thinking in the long term as well as the short term. Yes, more dragons will help us win now, but it could lead to the end of House Targaryen as well. In the next shot, we see the Dragon Keepers with dragon eggs. There are 4 of them. Now, I bring this up because 3 of them look similar to the ones Daenerys had in the original show. Is this an Easter egg? Are these the eggs that will turn into Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion? Or just a coincidence? Let me hear your thoughts. In this shot, we see Baela on top of her Dragon Moondancer. Rhaenyra told her to keep an eye on King's Landing. We saw troops moving out from King's Landing, which most likely means Aegon or Aemond would be accompanying them as well on top of their dragons. So Baela is most likely going to encounter the Green's force here. Will she report back to Dragonstone, or is she going to do something reckless? I suppose we'll find out next week. And that is the end of the trailer. What did you think? Leave it down in the comments below. And if you want more House of the Dragon content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below. And as always, have an awesome day.